If you like storytime vibes, hit subscribe and let's dive in together.
They say the most painful betrayal isn't from your enemies. It's from the person who promised to love you forever. That night, I learned that lesson in the most brutal way imaginable. My name is Ethan. I'm 37 years old, and until recently, I thought I had a perfect marriage. My wife, Clara, was everything I'd ever wanted: elegant, intelligent, and grounded. We'd been married for 10 years, and though life got busy, I believed we were solid. I believed we were a team. But the truth was, I was blind, and love made me comfortable in that blindness. It all started with an invitation. Clara told me her boss, Mr. Langston, was hosting a birthday party at his mansion. She wanted me to come, said it would look good if she brought her husband. Normally, I hated those corporate gatherings, the fake smiles, the business talk, but I didn't want to disappoint her. So I went. The house was enormous, the kind of place that smelled of money and arrogance. Jazz music played softly, champagne glasses clinked, and people laughed too loudly at jokes that weren't funny. Clara instantly slipped into her element, moving through the crowd like she belonged there. I watched her from a distance, how her eyes lit up when she talked to him, how her hand brushed his arm when she laughed. It was subtle, maybe too subtle for most people to notice. But something inside me felt off. After about an hour, I'd had enough of pretending to enjoy myself. I texted her, "Hey, I'll head out first. I'll grab a cab." No reply. I figured she was busy networking, so I put my phone away and started walking toward the exit. That's when I heard my name. It came from a side hallway, where one of the doors was half open. I stopped, my curiosity overpowering my sense of decency. I shouldn't have listened. But I did. Through the gap, I saw Clara and Mr. Langston. They were standing close, too close. Their voices were low, intimate. My heart started to pound so hard it drowned out the music from the main hall. "He's completely clueless," Clara said, laughing softly. "I could lie to him all day, and he'd never suspect a thing." Langston smirked. "You really are good at this. The poor guy doesn't have a clue." "Not a single clue," she replied. "He thinks I'm just tired from work. Honestly, it's almost too easy." My stomach twisted. I wanted to believe she was talking about someone else. But when Langston stepped closer and put his hand on her waist, I knew. "What about us?" he murmured. "When are we done hiding?" Clara smiled, a smile I used to think was only mine. "Soon," she said. "I just need to figure out how to end it without drama. If I'm not careful, he'll get emotional." That was the moment something inside me broke. I stepped back quietly, every breath heavy, my heart burning with a mix of rage and disbelief. I wanted to burst through that door, scream, demand answers. But I didn't. Not yet. I walked out of that hallway calm. Too calm. On the outside, I probably looked normal. Inside, I was ashes. When she found me later, she smiled like nothing had happened. "Hey, where did you disappear to?" "Just getting some air," I lied. She didn't notice the tremor in my voice. That night, back home, she talked endlessly about the party, about how successful it was, how everyone seemed impressed with her presentation. She even mentioned Langston casually, saying he might offer her a promotion soon. I nodded, smiled, pretended. But inside, I replayed every word I'd heard behind that door. I didn't sleep. I lay there staring at the ceiling, realizing the woman I'd built my life around had already mentally erased me. The next morning, I made a plan. If she wanted to play games, I'd learn the rules and win. Over the next week, I started gathering evidence quietly. I checked phone records, email logs, GPS data. I installed a small recording device in her car. I didn't want revenge driven by emotion. I wanted precision. It didn't take long. Within days, I had photos of her car parked outside Langston's hotel, recordings of their conversations, late-night calls, messages full of affection that once belonged to me. I remember listening to her voice on one of those recordings, laughing softly as she told him, "He's so sweet. He has no idea what's really going on." That line broke something inside me permanently. When I had enough, I contacted my lawyer. We drafted everything: divorce papers, financial freezes, property division. I wanted every move to be legal, irreversible, clean. Then I waited. A few days later, she came home from work to find an envelope on the dining table. Her eyes flicked to mine. "What's this?" she asked. "Open it," I said simply. Inside were the divorce papers and a small flash drive. "What's on this?" she asked, her voice trembling. "Play it," I said. She plugged it into her laptop. Within seconds, the color drained from her face, the room filled with her own laughter, her whispers, his voice calling her name. Every lie, every betrayal, now echoing in our home. Tears welled in her eyes. "Ethan, please, it was a mistake. I didn't mean to hurt you. It didn't mean anything." I looked at her calmly. "Didn't mean anything? You planned how to end us. You called me clueless. You laughed." She dropped to her knees, sobbing, begging for forgiveness. But the man she once knew, the man who would have forgiven anything, was gone. I wasn't angry anymore. I was empty. I took a deep breath, picked up my jacket, and walked to the door. "You wanted freedom, Clara. Now you have it." She cried out my name as I left, but I didn't look back. I didn't need to. Outside, the night was quiet. The same stars that had witnessed my love now watched my ending, and for the first time in a long while, I felt peace. Revenge isn't always loud. Sometimes it's silent. It's the calm satisfaction of knowing the liar finally has to live with the truth. And that night, as I walked away from the ruins of our marriage, I realized something powerful. Sometimes walking away is the revenge.